Pay no attention to that. I got a joke for you. A Christian, a Jew, a Muslim, a Hindu, a Buddhist, and an atheist are standing around having a philosophical discussion about faith, when suddenly a bright, shimmery figure appears and claims to be the one true God. Immediately, the Christian, the Jew, the Muslim, the Buddhist, the Hindu all start arguing about which of their religions will be the most revered by this God. And while the shimmery figure stands there and watches these men bicker with each other, he turns to the atheist and says, "Wanna go get a beer? Let's go." Now, I don't know if that joke is funny or not, because I'm pretty bad about telling jokes. And in fact, if I had to classify my particular sense of humor, I would say it's more like reactionary humor, like self-defense of the funny kind. Someone makes a comment in my general direction and I respond with a quip or a barb or even some self-deprecation. I always thought to myself that if I ever entertained the idea of actually getting up on stage trying to do stand-up comedy, I'd be one of those comics that stands there and lobs lame jokes waiting for some heckler to stand up so that I could obliterate them in front of an entire audience. Or at least that's how I think it would go. But like I said, I'm not very good at telling jokes. Sidebar, have you ever had the pleasure of perusing Ryan Reynolds' Twitter feed? Yes, the guy that played Deadpool. Well, it turns out he's not just funny on script, he's actually funny in real life too. His tweets are hilarious, and his wife and kids are usually the victims of his wicked sense of humor. When he's not poking fun at himself, of course. What I noticed about what makes his tweets funny is that he takes everyday situations and turns them on their head with something completely ridiculous. Like this one. It's important parents take little timeouts for themselves too, even if you feel pretty guilty when you return 14 years later. Or this one. Turns out Game of Thrones is not historically accurate. Apologies for calling my idiot 6-year-old nephew an imbecile. The reason I'm bringing all this up is I started to wonder if it's possible to become more funny through practice. Can I, someone who would most certainly get a tomato in the face at the Laugh Factory, learn how to be funnier using the Reynolds method? The way I look at it is comedy requires creativity. And if creativity can be trained like a muscle, then so can comedy. And as a bonus, the funnier you are, the more creative you can become. At least that's the theory. So I'm gonna put this theory into practice, but I promise you I'm not gonna practice on you here. Instead, I invite you to check out my Twitter feed where I'm gonna be practicing my technique completely safe from tomato chuckling hecklers. So until next time, be good today, be better tomorrow. Was that a tomato? See ya.